What is up, guys? Tyson De La Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. If you need more evidence to justify that Donald Trump is an absolute stud, he is the man, and he cares about the people in his inner circle, this interview will help solidify that. Shout out to everybody watching. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Kathie Lee Griffin was on the Sage Steele show, and she talked about these death threats that occurred to her about 31 years ago. And listen to what she had to say. This has been hitting my feed, and I thought I'd share it with you because this is just an incredible story, just to show the kindness of DT, number 47.
I am ready to now because, first of all, Billy's gone. Billy's gone. I saw him right before he died. And he would understand now why I feel like I need to be very honest about the fact. Years ago, 31 years ago, my daughter was 6 weeks old, Kathie. She's now 31 years old. And I was supposed to be going to the Miss America pageant. The FBI called my husband, and they said, Mr. Gifford, we have a problem. There's this guy, this very, very bad human being, was a psychopathic murderer and a rapist and murderer, and he's coming to get your wife. And I just had Kathie 6 weeks before, getting ready to get on a plane, or no, not even on a plane. I was just for 3 hours to drive to Miss America pageant in a van, in a car. No big deal, you know?
Yeah.
From Greenwich to, it's no big deal. Anyways,
Was that Atlantic City?
Atlantic City, no big deal. And I did it for years, every year. But he said, we would like you, Mr. Gifford, to just keep your schedule and have your wife keep her schedule, because this guy, we don't want him to know that we're on to him.
Yeah.
We know he had raped and tortured his aunt. Somehow she found her way to the phone and called, you know, whatever. I never heard it until just the other day. Somebody told me how she finally got away from, he left, he stole her keys and told her, now I'm gonna go after Kathie Lee. Yeah, and so the FBI called my husband and said, Mr. Gifford, please just keep your schedule, because we don't want this guy to know that we are after him. Mm-hmm. And Frank said, I'm going to make one call. I will not agree to that until I make one call. And he called Donald. He called Donald. And I always stayed at the Trump Tower there, Trump Plaza, whatever it was. There's so many hotels, but the one in Atlantic City. And Frank called Donald and said of the situation, and Donald said, this is why I will love this man for my whole life. He said, Frank, don't you worry about it. I've got your girls. I've got your girls, and don't you worry. So Frank called back the FBI and said, I called Donald Trump. He says he's going to take care of my wife and my daughter. And next day, Donald, I didn't know anything. Donald calls me and he goes, Kathie, I'm sending my helicopter for you.
Oh my goodness.
I said, Donald, why? He said, because you've had a baby. I said, Donald, women have babies every day.
Yeah.
It's no big deal, thank you. But it's no big deal. He goes, no, congratulations, so happy for you. Sending my baby, my helicopter for you and your baby and your nanny. And I said, Donald, you tried to talk Donald out of something.
Yeah.
But that day he sent his helicopter for me, and when I landed,
you're not driving to Atlantic City, so you're flying there
and I'm flying
instead.
on his helicopter. And when I arrive in Atlantic City, there are four of his
like security.
Oh, major. I mean, these guys are major. And they're, Mrs. Gifford, Mr. Trump wants you to, that we're here for you. I didn't know what they were talking about. First of all, I just had a baby. You got all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yes, all kinds.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. And I said, thank you, guys. And I never thought about it all week long. More and more people every day, more and more guys until the very end. And it was Saturday. And that's the only day that we had off, because that was the day of the pageant. And that's the only day that we had nothing to do except get ready for it. And I went downstairs from my hotel room. I'd had a guy staying at my outside my hotel room all week long, outside my hotel room. And I said, why? I just never thought about it, I just, stupid, but I didn't.
But he did.
But
And
he
carried
never
on.
said a word. Nobody said a word to me. And I went down to get I just want to read the newspapers, be a normal person, And it says, Daily News, Kathie Lee Gifford, death threat. Kathie Lee Gifford death threat. I went, what? And I read it and I went, oh, I'm kind of interested in that story.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit interested in that. And I got in touch with the people that I needed to, and they said, Mrs. Gifford, do you want to not do this, not do the performance? And I said, are you? I used some
Good.
language.
Yes.
Hell no. I'm cleaning it up. Hell no. Nobody's going to make me afraid. Nobody's going to. Then I understood everything. I understood what Donald had done. I'd understood what Frank had done to try to say, not be afraid and all of that. And I said, so they sent me home that night a different way than I had originally been planning to do. I would have, the next day left or whatever. I just didn't go. I just said no. And I went. I think they took me a whole different route.
Yeah.
With my son, with my nanny, and we went home. I know I'm making this way too long.
It's great. It's great. Can you guys, by the way, I'm freezing.
She's freezing. Can she have a blanket, please?
Not even that. If there's just thermostat, warm it up.
Here, put this around you.
No, that's for you. Then you're gonna.
No, I'm warm.
Yeah. They're turning it up. No, because then you're gonna
Put
fall
no,
backwards.
I'm so good. I'm old. Huh?
Oh, I just heard it.
Yeah, just put that up against you. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Anyway, long story short.
Could you tuck the tag in? You see how the tag's sticking in?
Oh, that.
We're gonna hide the tag. By the way, we don't edit
We
this,
don't care about
so
these
it's all
things,
gonna be
all right?
on. So I don't care about the tag, as long as I'm warm. Thank you.
As long as you're warm.
As long as I'm warm.
You
Because
have my sweater too.
yeah, go ahead, girl, take it off.
Yeah.
You look great.
You know what? I'm sorry. This is really
No,
taking way too long.
here's-
This is a story I've rarely told in 31
I'm
years.
fascinated. And so when you saw the newspaper, you realize, oh, this is another level. Someone wants to take my life.
Someone's
wants
gonna
to
kill
hurt
me
But
and my
Trump
daughter.
knew, and he had security out front of your door the entire time.
The entire week.
And so when you're hosting the Miss America pageant, which I did twice, it was such an honor to do that.
Yeah.
Not as well as you.
Well, I
And
did it with Regis.
again, not as well. There's no way. Was that in the back of your mind?
Never.
You edited that out. You
Well, I never knew it
compartmentalized.
the entire time because they didn't tell me until the day of the pageant.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. I had no idea. And I don't live in fear. I'm not, I do now. I'm afraid right now for what might be happening to a family member. I'm totally, completely aware of that. But at the same time, at that time though, I didn't know a thing. And so I went home and I took my son I didn't know that an FBI guy had been at our house in Connecticut with my son, who was 3.5
wow.
during that time. And I hadn't seen my son. So I took him to a movie. And in the middle of the movie, one of the FBI guys comes over and he goes, Mrs. Gifford, we got the son of a bitch.
No way.
I said, thank you so much. Thank you.
They got him.
Yeah.
Oh, did he go to prison? What happened to him?
Well, he went to prison because
Okay.
he had tortured
The other-
his
yeah.
aunt. Tortured his aunt and tried to murder her, left her for dead. And yeah,
I was an evil man. It was an evil man. And there's so much to love about that story, because obviously the negative, but there are so many people who care about you and were looking out for you immediately. That's one of the things I think with President Trump that has broken my heart, to see so many refuse to look at the good. We all
They
have
don't
things
know.
that we can change and to be better.
Oh
fine.
my gosh!
And
yes.
Donald Trump
I would
is one.
cringe at times. I go, Donald, no,
Exactly.
Donald. That's not the man I knew, But the story I just told you is the man I know. That's my friend, Donald. Saved my life, saved my daughter's life, and if I called him today, would save it again. People don't know that about him. You know, he's not perfect. But what has happened to him in the time that since he was, had his ear almost blown off, his head blown off, he's a different man now.
He is. Have you spoken with him since?
No. I told him years ago, but because of what I'd said to Donald Trump, to President, no, to Billy Graham, I can't be involved with politics. I just
Right.
can't. I promised I would just tell people Jesus loved them. That's it.
But as a friend.
As a friend, the last time I saw Donald was I was hosting, and he was, and Melania were there at the signing of, no, what was it? Chrissy, remember, honey, what was it?
So this is before he ran for president
No,
the
he
first
was
time?
president.
Oh, okay.
He was president. I didn't got not involved at all in politics, but when he was elected, I was asked to go to the Christy.
After the election? Or like during the
No,
whole process?
it was Christmas. It was the lighting of the Christmas tree.
Oh,
What's wrong with you, Christy? But
Christy,
she wasn't with me then. It's not her fault.
God bless you, Christy.
She's precious. My fault, not yours. It was, and I was singing at it and hosting, and I remember
At the White House.
At the White House,
Yes.
the lighting of the Christmas tree.
Yes.
And I remember seeing him and Melania at the, you go to this thing right beforehand. You probably hosted that too, and you just go to it. Well,
Someday, it's on the list, the bucket list.
it's on the bucket list. You go there, and he's in an anteroom. How they take those many pictures with people.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, dear
It's
Jesus.
amazing, yes.
But anyway, I go to say hello. I said, I look at him. I go, for 4 words. I never thought I'd say to you, congratulations, Mr. President. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe that he would be president. He should have been. I remember the first time I moved to New York, 1982, to do Good Morning America. And the big thing, the big story in the newspapers was, about the what was it? The damn.
What? No.
No, help me. The rink, Walden Rink.
Oh, right there in
Yes.
Rockefeller Plaza?
Yeah. No. The church. No.
Oh, I don't know.
Hello. Thank you, Christy.
That's what I said, Christy. Did I not?
Christy, get over here where I need you.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
Walden Rink, and nobody could get it fixed.
And he got it
Nobody
fixed.
could get Walden Rink fixed for months and months, and I'm just, and all of a sudden I'd never heard of him before. Who is this man? And all of a sudden he shows up in all the papers and everything, and he's going, "Let me fix it, people. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
I don't want any money for it. I don't this. I'll get it done on time. I'll get it done before I'll get it done. I'll get it.
Yes.
Freaking done."
Yes.
And literally, within weeks, he had it done.
Oh,
He had it done. And that's the first time I thought to myself, oh my God, this man fixes things.
oh yes.
He fixes things. He didn't want any money. He hasn't taken a penny for anything he's done for our country. Yeah, he won't. He won't for the next 4 years. He didn't for the 4.
He. This is what I talked to Lara Trump about. He does obviously not need to do this. It is.
Who would want to?
It's crazy. It's dangerous. Look at what happened in
I
Butler,
know.
Pennsylvania, and almost down in Palm Beach as well. But he is lost. I don't think any other president has come into office and left office with less money, and that's what has happened with him. I don't believe people want to see the human side of him.
Right.
You know when
Why
I saw
not?
it? Because it's easier not to. When someone mouths off and says things that make you uncomfortable, or maybe that offend people on social media, which I understand.
No, I do too, of
I
course.
get it. And at the same time, is there a better businessman that has ever existed in this country?
Elon.
Business.
Maybe Elon.
Elon, and he's new to the scene, and,
And
he's,
now they're linked up, thank
yeah,
God.
and he's not even from this country originally. But look
South
what's happened.
African, yep.
And it's incredible what he has certainly done, and that Donald Trump has brought him on. We'll
when
see how it
Donald
plays
said,
out.
we're going to Mars.
We'll stop it right there, guys. Man, that was a very powerful story that Kathie Lee Griffin just shared on the Sage Steele show. It really cultivates this human side of Donald Trump. I shared a lot of videos about the human side of Donald Trump. I'll probably place one here somewhere on the screen for you guys to check out. But I'll also advise you guys to check out this entire interview. I'm going to watch the rest of this interview. I'll place a link for the Sage Steele show in the description down below this specific episode. It just makes me like Donald Trump more. And it is a shame. It is an absolute shame that leftist legacy media and the elites try to bring him and his family down. It is absolutely a shame because this man loves this country. Let me know what you think about this interview. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button, share, subscribe. And as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.